that is the real thing. That if you don't have money, it's difficult to rest. The reason why the Shabbat is called the Shabbat is because God blessed the seventh day. And the reason he blessed the seventh day is because he created the world in 6 days. He finished his work, so he rested. Anybody who doesn't finish your work, adequately rewarded for your work, you cannot rest. You cannot rest. You cannot rest if you don't have money for your accommodation. Your mortgage is struggling. You can't meet the higher purchase. How do I call it? Monies you pay every month for your car. You can't rest. You don't have money for school fees of your children. You cannot rest. May the Lord bring you to the place of finances that can make you rest. And if you are a church, a pastor, and you financially, you are struggling, you can't rest. I remember when God took our church out of indebtedness to a bank. Look, I breathed a sigh of relief. Because when your church is owing, every month, almost all your offerings are gone. You can't plan anything. And when we got out of the debt, I realized that God started blessing the church financially. To the point that you don't even have to borrow again to do anything. Because you know what? The indebtedness itself is a curse. And a cursed house or a cursed ministry cannot be blessed. I want to say to every one of you here, as quickly as you can, may you get out of debt. Because you see, getting out of debt is the beginning of your prosperity. God, listen, let me tell you this. God will not give you money to go and give to a bank as interest. No, why would God come and give you 100,000 pounds if he knows that out of the 100,000 pounds, 20,000 pounds is going to a bank as interest? God will want to bless you with money which is yours. It is your own money. When you get it, you push it back into the kingdom. But God will not give you money which the world is absorbing. And sometimes, you know what, when you go for a loan and they take your collateral, even that is an insult. This is a house you built. In Africa, the bank will take the original documents, though they didn't build a house. They didn't build a house. What you took from them is very little money, but they have your documents as collateral. I remember one time, our church was going to borrow money, and we did many years ago, and we didn't have collateral. When they asked the MD, where is the collateral? He said, Eastwood Anaba is the collateral. And the reason he said, I'm the collateral, is that he said, I trusted you because I knew your church would pay. I was happy at that time. Many years later, I realized it was an insult. That me and a bicycle or a motorcycle or a car or a house are the same. I had become a thing because a collateral is not a person, it is a thing. Your poverty can reduce you from a person to a thing. Listen, may you hate indebtedness, borrowing with a passion. Especially borrowing to do a silly thing like wedding. Must you borrow money to marry? Listen, I tell everybody, and I'm not ashamed about it, my wedding day, I didn't borrow. We married just like that on a Sunday morning. She wore skirt suit. I put on my suit. That day, because of some crisis in the church, I preached on my wedding day. I did altar call. Many people gave their life to Christ. I laid hands on the sick on my wedding day. And she joined me to lay hands on the sick on the wedding day. After the wedding, we had no car to go home. We stood outside the church. We saw a pickup truck which was yellow, and they had printed on the side of it, Ghana Feeder Roads. Highways, one of them. We jumped into the departmental pickup and left. It belonged to our friend. We said, it belonged to Charles Nunu. We said, Uncle Charles, give us a lift. We jumped into pickup, went home. The following week, Wednesday, I was with her on the way to Wa for a crusade. Some of you sometimes look at men of God and I wish I could marry them. Try it. Try it. With your brain, the kind of brain you carry. No. Listen, there is some kind of anointing. Some of you ladies can never get near it. No, because the men are too business-like for a Cinderella like you. I like the way you are staring at me. Did we have a wedding cake? No. Somebody shouted. You wouldn't agree. Were you the one they said, Mommy should mentor you? Welcome. Welcome. You are the one prophet gave to her. Welcome. This is the first lesson. Are you married?
No, I'll buy her the cake.
No. It's not that we are too poor to buy cake. We just know what is important and what is not. We just know what is important. The first marriage in the Bible is different from the ones we do. Between Adam and Eve. He just woke up. He said, bone of my bone. God said, take.
Yes, sir.
Do you know that sometimes some of the marriage, by the time they finish planning the wedding, they are divorced already?
Oh.
Because of the disagreements in the process.